Feels like I'm in the scene from Art of Flight. Feels like a different world out here. Whoever said climate change is real? Hey, lots of ice up here. Hola a todos y bienvenidos to today's video. It is Wednesday, 27th of November, and today we are trekking Perito Moreno Glacier. One of the top things to do here in Patagonia. I am so pumped for today. Just left the hostel, 7 o'clock sharp. I was still in the middle of my breakfast, but I was the first one to get picked up, so we're just going around the city doing the rounds now. But we've got a big day ahead of us. A full 12 hours, including 3 hours of trekking on the glacier. We are doing the big ice. So first we got to travel about 80 kilometers out of town, and at about 9 o'clock then we've got a bit of sightseeing and a bit of a driving tour, and then we'll arrive at our destination. So let's get our day started and hope you guys enjoy.
Number 5 fue Hielo y Aventura, es el bus número 5 de Hielo y Aventura, que está adelante el numerito. La primera parada va a ser en media hora. The first stop is in half an hour. And the north face, we will find it from the viewpoint, okay? This is the iceberg channel. It's the same lake, always the same lake, okay? This is the Rico arm, okay? The rupture area is a place where the glacier used to touch the peninsula or lay onto the peninsula. The short trekking have started in 1989. So for 30 years you can walk on the glacier. First balcony, Argentinian flag, the best view. Right to left, you get down and you arrive second balcony. You approach the glacier, closer. You can do it in less than 1 hour. In 40 minutes, it's okay. But then you have more time for you to take more pictures.
And we have now made it to Parque Nacional Los Glaciares. And right here behind me is the mighty Perito Moreno Glacier. So we are now here at this viewpoint. It's 9 o'clock now, and we've got an hour here to walk around through these steps here and get a good look at this northern face of the glacier. Now Perito Moreno Glacier is actually Argentina's 3rd largest glacier. Here you can see where the largest is, the Glacier Viedma, right near El Chalten and Cerro Fitzroy. And then the 2nd largest here at Glacier Uppsala. And then we are down here at Glacier Perito Moreno. Now Glacier Uppsala and Perito Moreno stem off Lago Argentino. So that's a big lake that we drove through, and it's been called that name because it's the same kind of color as the Argentinian flag. So here over in the front face, the height of that wall is 70 meters. And just over there to the edges is round about 50. So the Patagonian ice field where we are now, which is shared between Argentina and Chile, is the 3rd largest ice field in the world and the 2nd in the southern hemisphere, just behind Antarctica and Greenland in the north. Now in this ice field there's a total of 40 glaciers, and Argentina share only 13 of them. Now when I shut up in just a second, you could actually hear the ice breaking off from the glacier and falling into the water. This is our spread for the day. Food is not included in this tour, so we've got 2 sandwiches, 3 pieces of fruit, nuts and dried fruit, and sweets. Yeah, the best. I think I'll start off with these. we are now on the approach, starting our big ice hike for today. So we're all geared up, got our harnesses down here, got our helmets. If you're doing the mini trek, you don't need the harness, just the helmets. And we're just going for a cruisy 30-minute walk until we put on our crampons. But check that out. That is incredible. So this is where we are now, made it to the south side of the glacier and walked along this edge. Alright, and we are off and ready to go. Crampons on and we are on the glacier. So it's 12:30 now, so we've got 3.5 full hours on this amazing glacier. Check out how blue that water is, guys. That is crazy. Caused by all the light passing through beneath the glacier. 2 degrees temperature. Here you go, guys. A bit of ice movement down the bottom and pushing the water up. It could also work in reverse and then suck that water in. All right, lunch time. Oh, yes, lunchtime with a view. So now that it's lunchtime, that means it's time for interesting facts. Now I know you guys love my interesting facts, and the first one being Perito Moreno Glacier here is nowhere close to Perito Moreno town. It's 600 kilometers away. So this glacier is not named because it's close to the town, but it was named after the Argentinian explorer Francisco Moreno, because he played an important part in the border split between Argentina and Chile in the early 19th century. Now you may have heard glaciers are either retreating, advancing, or in equilibrium, no changes. So this glacier is one of the few that is advancing. It's advancing about 1 to 2 meters a day. So see in the beginning there where the ice was touching the land, so once it advances and it reaches the land, it actually blocks the water flow. So obviously the water level rises, creates pressure on the front end, and then eventually the water makes its way through underneath the glacier, underneath the ice, and then creates a hole, eventually creates a bridge, and every 3 to 5 years, big ruptures, ice breaks off, and then clears away again. Well, there you go, a few fun facts. Just getting warmed up, got a few more up my sleeve, but I'll save them for later. It actually started to get pretty cold there while we were just sitting around having lunch, but now we are off into the great unknown. Feels like I'm in the scene from Art of Flight. Feels like a different world out here. Whoever said climate change is real? Hey, lots of ice up here. Now the size of this glacier is actually larger than Buenos Aires city. It's at 254 square kilometers, whereas Buenos Aires city is only about 203 square kilometers. Now earlier at the front face, it can get up to 70 meters, and that's higher than the obelisk at Buenos Aires, which is only 67.5 meters. So it's been an hour and a half now, we're halfway in, and we've gone as far into the glacier as we're gonna go. So now we're just making our way back now. Awesome. This is a living, having a drink with glacier ice from Perito Moreno. This is the way to do it. Alright guys, unfortunately that brings us to the end of the big ice hike here in Perito Moreno Glacier. Highly recommend a 3-hour trek, but if the price is too steep for your budget, 400 bucks, you can opt the mini trekking, which is half the time, 1.5 hours for 225 bucks. But in any case, either option, a really good day out and one of the must-do things here in Patagonia.